Well, hey, 360 Electricians, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to actually the official episode 1 of the podcast. Now, you might be watching this on our YouTube channel, the 360 Electrician podcast on YouTube, or you're coming in from Spotify, Google, or Apple Podcasts. So welcome. I do hope you subscribe. This is the Electrical Contractor Podcast. It is for electricians that want to become electrical contractors and electrical contractors that do want to level up in the business. That's what we talk about. That's what we do. That's what I do on our main YouTube channel, The 360 Electrician. So we've got 2 YouTube channels. Yes, one is The 360 Electrician, and if you add podcast behind it, you're only going to get the podcast stuff. And the reason for that is, as you're working, you might want to just listen to YouTube and not have to watch the video. And I wanted to give you some electrical content for you to watch that I think would just help you level up. And look, live a lifestyle that you want, and that's what the goal is. I live 1,200 miles away from my brick and mortar and run a electrical contracting company. And the way we did that is learned a lot of stuff, read a lot of books, had several businesses before this. And so that's what we do now. So if that's what you're interested in being an electrician, electrical contractor, and still having time to live, hunt, fish, spend time with your family, travel, do whatever the heck you want, and still run your company, this is the channel for you. So what are we getting into today? Well, let's take a look at our topics. Well, all right, our topics for today, and I think because this is technically officially episode 1, I think we should cover the premise, the basics of what this channel is all about. And I keep saying it, it's for electricians that want to become contractors. That's part 1. And part 2 is for those of you that are already electrical contractors and you're looking for ways to level up, to systemize, to do things better so that you can make more money. And most importantly to me, because my motto is time is worth more than money, have that time to live a lifestyle that doesn't consume you 100%. And we know if you're listening to this podcast, I wish you can hit the thumbs up. You can hit the thumbs up if you're watching this on YouTube. Thumbs up, hit that thumbs up if you are an electrical contractor or an electrician that you got to work 40 plus hours a week and you really don't have any downtime. You don't have any time to enjoy family, friends, and doing the things that you want to do. So back to part 1, because we always say for electricians that want to become electrical contractors, I think it's only fitting that episode 1 right now, we are going to talk about some of the reasons why. Why should you consider becoming an electrical contractor, okay? Now, some of them are easy, and I know you're going to say, Jeff, really, is that what we're going to talk about? But listen, for you apprentices out there, for you guys just starting out, or if you just stumbled here because you want to make this a career goal, this podcast is for you. Now, hold on, guys. If you are already an electrical contractor, this is still good for you. Why? There's some interview questions in here that you can ask. You can ask these questions in this podcast to potential employees, apprentices that got in, and you can ask the question, why did you become an electrician, right? So for these electricians, this is why you want to be an electrical contractor, but you can flip it and say the same thing on why you wanted to become an electrician. So I hope that helps, and let's get into it. First and foremost, what does an electrical contractor do? What does it mean to be an electrical contractor? Because in the state of California, if you get a C10 electrical contractor's license, did you know it means everything from 0 to 600 volts, AC, DC, or if there's anything else in between, okay? That means if it's broadcasted through the airwaves, through a wire, or through microwave, or any apparatus, if it has voltage from 0 to 600 volts, you are licensed to work on it. You are licensed, you are approved to sign contracts, to do business, to open your bank account. Well, that has to do with your taxes, but still. So that is what is about being an electrical contractor. It's so that you can actually do the work of electrical. Okay, I don't know if you guys knew that, but low voltage contracting is still a voltage. So an electrical contractor in most states, and as I said, California, can do that. Guys, what about the future? What about 2023 and beyond? I'm going to talk heavy on solar. We do solar in my brick and mortar. Solar operates on a couple of hundred volts and up in DC voltage. And again, as a C10 in my state and an unlimited electrical contractor in Montana, you can work on anything 0 to 600 volts, okay? After 600 volts, you're talking about utilities and you're talking about some other probably permitting and regulations. And to be honest with you, I'm not the guy for that. That's not what I teach you. I'm teaching you everything from 0 to 600. So that's really what it means to be an electrical contractor. It gives you the legal opportunity. It gives you the experience. It gives you the training. It gives you the licensing to work on electricity, whether it's AC, DC, from 0 to 600 volts, okay? Now, I do know in some states you don't need an electrical license, and that's great. Hey, if you don't, that's awesome. I would still recommend, unlike being a painter without a license, electricity is going to kill you, okay, if you do it wrong. It's no joke. It's no joke. Electricity is no joke. So why do you want to be an electrical contractor? It's so that you can legally work and make a living. So why should you be considerate? First and foremost, it's a career that goes everywhere, and literally everywhere. Now, my good friend over there, Jordan, who joined us on our YouTube channel at the 360 Electrician live meet, Jordan is over in the UK. Big shout out to Artisan Electrics. If you don't know them, get on YouTube and definitely subscribe. They are, I don't know if he hates it when I say this because we've only actually met one time and he popped in on my live feed and we've been trying to get together for a while now. And I don't know if he hates it when I say this, but man, they are the pretty boys of electrical contractors, okay? These guys are the good-looking British boy band. You know, they got the uniforms, the skinny jeans, and the incredible 4K videography. I don't know if you want to be an electrical contractor all over the world because that's a totally different story. They work on different voltages and different wiring and stuff like that. But doesn't mean that if you left America and went to Britain or came from Britain to America, your trade goes with you. In general, your retraining is going to be minimal, okay? Your safety protocols are going to be minimal. But in the US, you can take your trade and go anywhere in the country and literally be licensed in a short period of time. So getting to be an electrical contractor is not like working in a financial institution or a certain brick and mortar where if you leave, it's not like you can just go to any other state and get a job. You might not be able to do that. You know, with electrical, you can be an electrical contractor. It's 120 volts, 240 volts, all residential in America. And then, of course, our voltages are standard in America, okay? Other countries, they might not be, but here they are. So that's one big reason where I think becoming an electrical contractor, or if you are one, is just a great career decision. You know, lots of people I know went to school and now they're kind of out of work and not much to do. And it's not like they can just get up and go. Here's the deal. I'm going to give you the second reason. If you guys don't know already, AI is going to take over the world. Have you guys not been listening to Elon Musk? AI, artificial intelligence, is taking over. That also includes robotics, by the way. McDonald's, I heard it years ago. They can't afford to pay you $20 an hour to flip burgers, my friends. Okay, it's unprofitable. They're going to have to get machines. They're going to flip the burgers, put them all together, and send them out automatically. You already see the kiosks. Then they're only going to have one guy in there and just loads up the machines. Bye-bye jobs, okay? AI is going to take over. AI, Chat GPT, and all these AI things are now writing scripts, and they're writing media posts, and they're writing YouTube scripts. And they are going to take over writers, news people, and all that stuff because it just takes one person asking a question and AI writes it all out. So the whole article, magazine, field, I mean, thousands of things I can't even think of are going to go bye-bye, okay? But here's the deal, my friends. AI cannot come and replace your panel. AI cannot come out and troubleshoot your electrical flickering. AI cannot come out and install your new EV charger, your solar, go on and on and on. You learn a trade, you survive, you put food on the table, and you will make it. It is a great reason to do that. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it really does. That's the reason why I got into electrical. My mom, which I said on the trailer, smarter than me, great businesswoman, said, hey, listen, you know, you can get into the family business, but the family business, if it goes away, it's nothing else to lean on. Electrical is a trade. It's with your hands. It never goes away. You will always have it. You will always be able to do work for somebody and get paid. And sure enough, here we are with a successful YouTube channel for electrical contractors. And here we are with the podcast. So, and that's all because of you guys, by the way. There's a big shout out and thank you for supporting us and, you know, just watching the videos. Okay, let's get into the next topic before I go off tangent with my ADD. Another great aspect of being an electrical contractor is the opportunity to work on various projects. You're not stuck in an office. If you're the 9 to 5 type of person that wants to sit there and shuffle papers and be on a computer all day, I guess, wait a minute, that's my job now, running a YouTube channel. No, I'm just kidding. The opportunities to go meet people and to be in a different job site, in a different setting for sometimes a day, sometimes for months at a time, it's refreshing. I love it. I love working outside. I love working inside. You got opportunities to work anywhere and everywhere, and just the diversity of the jobs and the people you meet, it's rewarding. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's just something I love to do, okay? Tying into that, you also get to pick and choose who you work for. You got a 9 to 5 job. Now, listen, electricians, I love you guys. Now, this is for you wanting to become an electrical contractor, so I hope you love the electrical contractor you work for. But if you don't, get to be an electrical contractor, because guess what? Now you can pick and choose the client. So I guess that's the next good reason, right? You get to choose. If you got a client or a customer that you just don't want to deal with and you know he's just going to bring you down in life, he's not going to pay you, it's just not worth your time, you can walk away. You can walk away. You can't do that when you work for somebody, okay? It's a lot harder. You're going to be stuck there. So transitioning to the electrical contractor part gives you that opportunity. And I'm sure we all have had it. Trust me, I have. Finally on this topic, becoming an electrical contractor really allows you to be your own boss, to run it your way, to financially secure your own future. You're securing your own future. You're not dependent on your boss giving you work, or am I going to have work tomorrow? You can go and you can hustle. You can be creative. Now listen, on our website, www.the360electrician.com, I sell courses for electrical contractors. I push that a lot when we go live. I teach you how to market so you don't build your business in the stars. What do I mean by that? You're not relying on 5 stars on Angie's List and Yelp and Google just so somebody calls you. You have to take your marketing into your own hands. And when you do that, you take your financial future into your own hands, right? You don't have to pay someone for leads. You are the lead. You make your existing clients the lead. And how do this begins to give you that freedom to run the company how you want, to do as much hard work as you want, and your hard work actually pays off. So yeah, I call that kind of my final one because I don't want to make this a 1 hour long podcast, but that's kind of the final tip I have for you in episode 1 for you electricians that really want to become electrical contractors. Now let's talk 2 minutes before you click off on electrical contractors, and let's talk about some of those things that we talked about. Let's backwards reverse it. Are you making money? Are you successful? Are you happy? Okay. Number 1, are you making money? Number 2, do you still have time to enjoy the things that you want to do? Okay. So I'm going backwards here. All right. Number 3, have you diversified for that job security? Remember how I said being an electrical contractor, you can go anywhere in the country and be an electrical contractor. But also, if you're just nailing boxes into new construction homes, you might not have a job in the end of 2023 when this recession really kicks in, because it's still coming. I believe it is. We'll talk about that on another podcast. So are you diverse enough for the job security where you can go anywhere you want because you can do gate motor, solar, the stuff we talked about, new construction, TI, remodels, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And last but not least, again, that one step backward, going to the first thing that I said about what is being an electrical contractor, working on 0 to 600 volts. Are you doing that? That just goes back to exactly what I said. Are you allowing your license to do low voltage if you're allowed to? Have you looked at it? So electrical contractors, there's so much to talk about. That's what this podcast is for. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It was short. It's just our first one. Stay tuned. Lots of good sponsors. Don't forget, click the links below. If you listen to this on Spotify, Apple, or Google, head over to the YouTube channel at the 360 Electrician Podcast, and then click the links below to the great sponsors that are sponsoring us. I want to thank FieldPulse.com. I want to thank Ranger Design. I want to thank Garvin Industries, a Southwire company. And I want to really thank all the sponsors. I've got a bunch of other ones I'm not supposed to say, but I've got a couple people you're going to see on the channel coming up. Just go out. You're going to get discounts from them. They're the ones that support the channel. If you're on YouTube, hit the super thanks. Support the channel. Help me do this more full-time. It's part-time right now. And you know what, guys? Hey, we will see you on the next one. tying into that, you also get to pick and choose who you work for. You got a 9-to-5 job. Now, listen, electricians, I love you guys. Now, this is for you wanting to become an electrical contractor, so I hope you love the electrical contractor you work for. But if you don't, get to be an electrical contractor, because guess what? Now you can pick and choose the client. So I guess that's the next good reason, right?